Oh gosh, Lord.
Wake up,
5, 6, 7, 8.
Hey, what's going on, world? It's your girl, Shy, and welcome back to the CheyTea podcast.
With that outside.
That was better.
Cut your love for me down the dollar. Where they grab a stink like alligator man. This keep hot to the yaddy where I'm on. I boy should I drop buddy but hey.
Bam, bam, bam. Sorry,
How y'all doing, guys?
Don't give me out. Don't give me out.
How you doing, guys?
That's not how you're supposed to start an episode.
It
You know
is.
that's
In honor of Dexter's Earth Strong and him album out, you know?
careful.
2024 outside.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back to the channel, friends. How y'all doing?
Welcome back to CheyTea podcast. I am your host, Cheyenne Shante.
And it's your girl, Leonora, you know the vibes.
Vibes all the time.
Vibes.
Straight goods.
Straight jeans unfitted. And a white t-shirt, we did it. Sorry.
Do you need to go out?
No, honestly, no, actually.
I can just have a DJ
Yeah,
in my room.
Yeah, y'all could just send me a SoundCloud mix, so I'll just do it.
DJ Saving Private Ryan.
Yo, that 2015 Soca mix has me in a chokehold.
Yes.
So, how y'all doing, guys?
Welcome back to the CheyTea podcast, friends.
Hey.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode.
Thank
You know the drill. Make sure you're following us on all of our social media platforms at CheyTea Podcast.
And you know you're going to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click that notification bell so you're notified every single time we upload.
Yes, like the videos on the video on Instagrams too.
You know, and TikTok, because the girlies be doing little, not the girlies, Cheyenne. Be doing
tell this one to come on the podcast social media platforms too.
When I'm going on my maintenance week, because don't look too close, guys. I took the braids out, so we're just wearing a look of wig, guys, and like. Yeah, we don't really like this, but we have to stop it on real quick to film. But when we go on a maintenance vlog, when the money is up, and outside,
please, I beg.
Maybe before and after, okay?
You can just look at one, too.
I'll do the Instagram, because TikTok is too confusing for me.
Yes.
I don't even post on my own personal TikTok.
But or just send me this something so I can send you some clips too
for the TikTok, and then when I have my hair appointment saying, I'll just take over and be like, hey, guys. Join me, follow me on Instagram. So, you know, CheyTea Podcast. And shout out to the people who are watching the episodes and downloading episodes and liking the videos and such.
We appreciate you
all. You know the vibes.
Thank you very kindly.
Appreciate it.
Man, my birthday is coming up.
Boy.
Listen, it's
yeah.
You're so annoying.
I really don't like I like the fact that you're born, duh. But like the fact that you're born in the dead of winter.
Yeah. When like everything's just getting colder outside and
it just
it's just winter is wintering. It's always like up to like my birthday. Like January is always like ugly. And then February
right now.
I know. And then like February gets like the end of it, like the last leg of it. So outside is just freezing and I don't like it.
Yeah. Either or outside is cold.
Yes, outside is very cold.
Birthday is coming up soon.
Yes, that's what we were in the middle of talking about, but I don't know if it clipped out. So here we are talking about it again just in case. So my birthday is coming up. My Earth Strong is February 1st. And you know, amen, God is good. For the first time, I'm not like antsy on like going on vacation. And hear me out. People are looking at me a little weird. People are, watching me sideways and like, girl, are you dumb? But I think because I am getting older, I have different priorities. And my priority right now is building myself into becoming a better person and fulfilling my heart's desires by trusting God's word. So because of that, I'm very like zen. Like, my man was like, so what do you want to do for your birthday? I was like, I don't know. Because it's like, you want to go to like a destination, which is anywhere is warmer than here, right? Because outside is brick. But big prom big. That's
big prom big.
Okay. A
Big
okay,
palm
stop,
brick.
focus.
Sorry.
Okay, so anyways, so because of that, in other destinations and other countries, it's not as hot in February because like that's when
Yeah,
it's
right now it's
like
like rainy season
it's rainy
ish.
season.
Yeah.
It's like
Like it's hot, but it's not like
yeah, it's
blistering
not
hot.
like blistering hot. It's not like hot every day. Some days are hit or miss. Like I
Yeah.
noticed when we went to Dominican, I was very grateful to go last year. I really needed that trip to just get out. And I did. But like when we were there was some days where it was really hot, and there was other days where I was like I was fighting for the sun to come out. Then like the sun would come out just for a little bit, and it would get
Yeah.
cloudy again.
That was like when I was in Jamaica in December. Like, granted, it was hot, but it wasn't as hot as when I was in there in May. May it was like 40 plus degrees every day.
Right. But you usually you like to get away during these times, so it just depends on where you're
Because any
going.
little type of sunshine is better than no sunshine.
Exactly. And it's not even like Toronto summertime is even summering anyways. So yeah, so I was just like, I don't really know if I want to go anywhere for my birthday. We were gonna go to Blue Mountain, but Blue Mountain is giving Punta Cana prices. So if I'm gonna go to Blue Mountain, I might as well go to Punta Cana in DR and just sit down and at the beach. So yeah, so I was just like, I don't know. I just want to really like chilled, low key birthday. I just want to celebrate my life. I want to be with my friends and family. Amen. I want to lay down with my man a little bit. But I did give him a birthday list of what I want because
She said she gave me one too.
Yep, and I gave her one too. So I said, everybody just put yourselves
Catch
together.
the eye roll one time.
Just everybody just put themselves together and get me one little 1-2 gift, please, on Tonks.
Yeah, she put a MacBook on the list. I just want to know who she was giving that to.
Listen, it's just if somebody wants to come put their money together and get me a gift and get me a MacBook, then why not? Bless me.
Oh gosh. I was
Okay.
like, girl.
Listen, I've been fighting. Like, you know what? I have the money to go, and I just keep telling myself, I don't know if I'm gonna do it.
The joke is, I have one, but I didn't buy it. My daddy did. So.
Well, yeah, so maybe everybody can just, whatever the case may be. I don't know. Just
she'll get to look on too.
Yeah,
Like
and then we are planning to go away later at the end of this year in November. And for me personally, I really like traveling in November versus traveling in February.
Yeah.
I don't like traveling in February because it's like at the top of the year, it's the top of the new year. And it's just like you're in the middle dead smack of like the end of the holiday season prices. So then everything just starts to go back up. And yeah, like I don't know. Like and yeah, the weather doesn't weather.
February's not really like I've never really went anywhere in February.
Yeah, like it's trust me.
I like skip February and go like March.
And like it's like everywhere. Like because I've in February, God is good. I went to Dominican twice. I went to Mexico. And
yeah, she over here getting at me because I go to Jamaica so much. But yet my girl love a Dominican.
No. My man loves a Dominican, not me. But I like it too. But it was like, all right, we're not going back. We need to go to Jamaica now. We went to Jamaica twice in November, and for me, I liked going to Jamaica in November because the weather was a little bit more consistent. And even in DR, it was really like hot every single day. Mm-hmm. But now with climate change and like everything that's happening, it's not as warm as I like it to be. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out other ways to celebrate my birthday. Like the all-inclusive resorts, the nice getaway. It's beautiful. It's nice. I love it. But like, I'm just trying to do something different, So maybe go somewhere else. Maybe next year. But this year, the vibe is just, take a little trip, take a little staycation, get a little massage. You know what I'm saying?
Massage.
I can't even like fully like concentrate because of work. So that's also another reason why. Because I'm in a new atmosphere, in a new position, and a new job. So it's like my mind is like work.
A lot? Well, September too far to talk about, but I'll be working on my birthday too.
Yeah, I'm going to be teaching on my birthday, which, I love to dance and I love to teach. So,
I mean, hey, it's the day of the week. Mine's a Saturday, but it's the day of the week. It's fine. You ain't got nothing to do. People could come. Maybe I'll come to you to say hey.
Oh, no, that's so lovely.
Give you a little cupcake.
Oh, my gosh, that would be so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy Earth Strong.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. I don't do surprises, guys. So, like, I just tell her what I'm going to do, and then she can just act surprised when she sees me, because can't bother.
I think that's on my bucket list.
You have my location. So, like, and then if I turn it off, you're going to call me and cuss me. And be like, why'd you turn it off for?
That too.
So.
Yeah, you have to get somebody else to do it. Yeah, I think that's on my bucket list. I want somebody to surprise me. I want like a surprise something.
I want one of those too.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be like a backup people. Like two. Well, actually, my friend surprised me last year, but I wasn't like surprised. Like, but I was half surprised.
I was half surprised.
Because like I was in the car with her and like they took me to activate because I said I wanted to do more outside activities rather than us going to the club. And like it was just funny the way they surprised me because we're going to Bradley City Center. I'm like, what are we doing here? And then I looked and I was like, oh, it's activate. So like it was like half surprise.
Okay.
But like I want like a full on surprise, like surprise.
Yeah, I want to like walk in somewhere and see a bag of people and be like, oh my gosh,
yeah. Like wow,
my bag of people, which is like 8 of us, but that's fine.
That's okay.
Yeah, you know,
that's a lot. That's 2 hands you gotta use.
That's what I'm trying to say. So I that's what I think I want next as my bucket list. I think for my 35th birthday, which is 2 years. So you know, relax.
I was really about to ask you how old you were. Right?
Oh, I'm turning 33.
Hey.
Big up Jesus, yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
Listen, I have other goals that I'm praying for and things like that. So
we working, brother.
Work. But anyways, enough with the birthday shenanigans, all the shenanigans. I wanted to have a conversation really quickly about my frustrations with this new generation of dancers. Beg you, please come sit down at the front of the congregation and so
congregation.
We can have isn't that what I said?
No, you said something else.
Oh, congregation.
Yeah, there you go.
Amen. Come and sit down and have a conversation because I'm fed up of you guys. Let me tell you something.
Not the fed up.
The ability to want to be in dance is just non-existent for some dancers nowadays. Okay, and I'm speaking about this overall. Like this is not a specific place. I'm talking about all these new generation dancers, these new Gen Z dancers. Y'all get on my last nerve because I can't believe I'm saying this now because I'm the age to say it. But back in my day,
I love that.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell where I used to dance. I'm not doing X, Y, and Z, or I will not be coming to a rehearsal or a practice. The boldness that some of you have after someone says, like, you have to be here, or like you want to be a better dancer, you want to win, you want to do well. Not even just win, you want to do well.
No, you want to win.
So you gotta you gotta work hard. You gotta like put in hard work. I remember I used to dance because like back like 15, 16 years old, like I wanted it so badly that like
6 days a week, bro.
I was dancing
like every day. And like I think like granted, like I know like we're supposed to become like accustomed to the times and everything, and obviously the generations and everything's gonna be different. But I feel like just because we've kind of kept the same consistency with generations in the sense of how serious other generations, even before Shannon and I took dance, it was relatively the same. Like very similar. Like when I hear like my mentors talk to me about how like their dance experiences was, granted it might not have been to the degree as theirs was back then, but it was relatively the same.
Right.
If you had responsibilities and you had to be somewhere, you were there.
Right.
If you were told that you can't go anywhere between such and such times because you have competition coming up, you didn't go. You were there. If you had to be in the studio from 4 p.m. in the afternoon till 10 o'clock at night, you were there
with
and
no questions asked.
No questions. You didn't look and say, hey, well, I got to go to Florida because I want to go spend time with my family. No, you have dance. And like, I've always used the excuse, well, it wasn't really an excuse, but I always said when growing up, I have dance. I can't do such and such because I have dance. So it's just kind of like, I'm not saying these kids can't enjoy your life, but it's like you need to learn how to prioritize your life around dance if this is what you really love. If you don't love it, you can stop dancing.
Right.
Or it's like, it's just make it a hobby for you then.
Right. It's like making like, for me, it's like I wanted to dance. Like I wanted to be a dancer. I wanted to do well. Like I wanted to be great. I wanted to be really good at it. So I did whatever I had to do to make sure that I was a good dancer. So work hard, put in effort, try, show up, sweat.
And money was being spent, so we had no choice.
I had no choice. So nowadays, sometimes I gotta like tell these even like when I look around, even when I see like past students, present students, future students, all the students, I'm like, y'all know that your parents pay for these classes, like, and they pay a hefty coin. And then it's like that hefty coin that they're paying is for you to be able to dance and do what you do and do it well.
Yeah. Like they're putting their time, like they drive you to dance, they pick you up, they spend their money.
Yeah.
They buy costumes. They buy the makeup.
Oh, don't even get me started on the costumes.
Like they do a lot. Like a lot. And obviously I didn't really understand that growing up either. So like I look at both sides, but when you come to the realization of this is what your parents are putting in, the least you can do is want to be there and try work hard because you want all these things when it comes to dance, but you're not putting in the effort. So how that work?
It doesn't. And that's the part that's the part that's so wild to me sometimes. Is it's just like, you guys, these new generational dancers, just they don't understand that you have to make sure you build a proper reputation for yourself. Okay? And by building a reputation for yourself is making sure that you are committed to what you are obligated to be committed to. You can't just say, okay, well, I just want to experience every dance experience that I can get my hands on and just go for it and jump for it. Because that experience, yes, you'll gain an experience, but it'll be an experience that's in the moment. The reputation that you're breaking when you do that experience, or when you go out for something, or when you take something over something else as priority, is that what did you commit to first?
Yeah.
What did you say yes to first? I said yes to being a part of this group. I said I'm going to be in this group so that I can be able to go and experience the other offers that are given to me. But I start from a group because in order for you to excel as a soloist, as a duet partner, as a trio partner, you have to excel in your group. That's where it starts from. So if you
learn how to be a team player before you can start getting extra stuff.
That part. So if you're not a team sport, you're not a team player, how can you get any other offer? And then on top of that, dancers, when you are saying to yourself, okay, I got this opportunity, but I signed a contract for something, but this opportunity pays me more in dollars, and so I'm going to take this over this. And because I can, and because, other dancers have done this before, or because there's like no real like proper protocol, I'm just going to break my contract, go do this, and then come back. And then, or I'm just going to leave my contract and say, okay, I'll be gone and I'll be back. And then like, don't worry about it. That's not how life works. Like, and I'm not speaking about anything in specific, but like I've seen it with like, I've booked dancers and signed their contracts, and then tutus, they're telling me like, oh, well, I can't do this because I got this instead. If you say yes to something, you say yes to it, you're committed to it.
Yeah.
You signed your name on that dotted line. And some of you don't even realize that, like, if you try to break a contract, it gives the power to the person that you've broken it to either seek legal action or seek something from you because you decided to break your contract early, or you decided to neglect a position, or you decided to neglect your commitment because you were chasing a dollar amount.
Yeah, and like even just going back to like studio wise, it's like you can't pick and choose what you want. Like you can't say, well, I don't want this group, but I'll do the duet and my solo. No, you can't do that. Like you can't. That's not what it is, because I need to see how you can work with these 4 other girls before I can just give you that just because that's your friend or because you want a solo and that's all you want to do. No, how well can you dance with these other 5 girls? Not just pick and choose, well, I don't want to do that. Well, then I guess you're not getting a solo. And it's like where the privilege comes in my eyes.
Yes.
And it's like, I'm not saying you can't be top of the top 10 out of 10 dancer, but that doesn't mean that you can just start saying, well, because I'm great, I don't have to do this and I just want a solo. That's not how it works. You should be grateful that you're even getting these offers. You should be grateful that somebody's offering you a group. You should be grateful somebody's offering you a duet or a trio or whatever the case may be. But when that privilege kicks in, it's like they forget and then say, well, I don't want it then. Okay, well, then I guess you're not doing anything. And then you'll just do your group dances that you're in for your normal classes and call it a day.
Girl.
Like, I don't know what else to tell you.
I don't know. What you said is something that is very, very, the word is privileged. This privilege, this entitlement that some of these dancers feel that they have is what is going to hurt them when they get older, is because they feel entitled. Well, and then it also, I can't just blame it on the dancers.
No, it's teachers as well.
It's some of the teachers, but not even that. It's the parents.
True. It's where you learn it from.
It's where you learn it from.
Yeah.
Your parent is at home and is speaking things onto you or for you without knowing the rules that apply for you to get this. It's not just because, well, my kid is talented or my kid is the best one or it's because of this or it's because of that. That has nothing to do with it. If your kid could be the best dancer, but your child could also be, I need to plug in the laptop. Your child could also be the biggest headache.
Facts.
Your child, what would weigh for me is you could be great, but if you give me headaches, I don't want it.
I can't do it.
I don't want it. I would rather work with a child that makes me repeat myself 27 times.
Because you can watch that child grow, and that child can grow into the best dancer. So then your child will no longer be the best dancer.
Right.
Because I just worked with this kid who will
because
listen to me.
I go for the underdog. I go for the kid that wants it. That's what I go for. I don't go for the best kid in the room because they feel like, well, I'm the best, so this is easy to me. I don't want a this is easy to me dancer to work with.
It should never feel easy for you though. You should never come to the point in your career where you're like, this is easy.
Well, that's how some of these dancers are, and this is the problem. Everybody is a student. Everyone is a student first. You are not a choreographer. You are not a teacher. You are not any of the above. You're not an artistic director. You're not a movement coach. You're not none of that. You are a student. You are a dancer first. You are to study the art of dance. There is every opportunity you get to study. You learn something new every day. There is not one person that is the most brilliant person in the world right now. No, you learn something new every day. You learn something about yourself. You learn something about your students. You learn something about your surroundings. You learn something new about the environment. You learn something new about social media, social
but
gatherings.
There's so many different styles of dance, so it's you'll never be that brilliant person when it comes to that because you'll never be good at all styles. There's always good. You can be an amazing contemporary dancer, but you're not really good at hip hop, and that all those genres come together. There's no one person who's good at everything. You are stronger in one thing and yeah, she kills that. But, you can't expect to be amazing and say, well, I'm the greatest. No, you're not. Because you can't do maybe, 2 other genres. And there's somebody else who can do that better than you.
That part. Yeah, that part. Hold that thought. Yeah, a lot of the points that you're saying is very, 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 very valid. I just think that the work ethic is not there, and I think sometimes because my parents pay for this, or because this, or because I have this, or because my dad, or my dad can complain for me, or because of whatever.
But we've all been there. You and I have been in situations where we felt in that sense. I've been in a situation where I felt like I didn't need to do something, or I didn't have to put in as much effort because of certain things. But then you'll get humbled really quickly.
Yeah, your spot will get taken.
Quick
or you won't book the job.
Or you just you know what I mean? The reality will kick in.
Yeah.
Very quick.
And you know what? That's a part of life, and not everything is for you. Not everything is meant for you, right? And that again, it's a part of life. It's a part of a learning experience for you. But if you walk around with a chip on your shoulder where you feel that you're entitled to things because of your looks, your skin color, your connections, who you know, your money, that doesn't help you in anything. And the reputation you build is going to be your dollar amount. The reputation you build for yourself as a dancer, as somebody to work with, as someone who shows loyalty, respect, that reputation is that's your dollar amount. That is your asking price. That is what you have to worry about. That's your power. If you don't have a good reputation, then you're powerless.
Yeah, and you got to be careful, when you behave certain...
I'm talking to the mic.
You have to be careful, with your behavior and your mannerisms on jobs, because you don't know who knows anybody. And, they might not say it to you directly, but you'll find out when you go try to book something, and you'll learn afterwards that, oh, maybe you didn't book something because of your previous job, because of your behavior. So
watch who you say things to.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
Not even who you say things to. Who you say things around.
Same thing. Yeah. Who you say it to, who you say it around. Watch the things you say.
Because you don't know who's listening.
You don't, that part. You have no idea who's listening. You have no idea who can hear what you're saying. You have no idea who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows someone. You can't be doing that. You have to think about how you represent yourself in a room and out the room at all times, on the job and off the job, because that's how you book the job. That's how you book a job, is how you represent yourself on the job and off the job. And a lot of you are getting it twisted, and a lot of you are feeling like you are, that you're what is the word, invincible. Yeah. Some of you feel like you're untouchable. Some people feel like people don't see your pattern.
And it's like you gossiping and sitting down and trying to make a narrative about something and thinking that that is okay and like nobody or anybody's not going to hear about it afterwards is crazy. Because if there's one thing, and I'm going to say, because I'm in it too, us dancers can do is we can gossip. We can talk. We know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. So whether I know somebody directly, but if I hear you saying something about somebody else, I can easily take what you said and be, hey, John Brown was talking about you.
And like, opinions are not always facts. And if someone has an opinion on you and they're talking about an opinion that they have on you, or about you, I should say, that's completely different. Mm-hmm. But when you are the center of drama, mix up, or situations that happen, unfortunate situations that happen, if it's a reoccurring thing, you have to look at yourself and see what the problem is. Because if you don't identify yourself as the problem, then that's the problem. You are the problem. How is it that we can always find a finger to point at so and 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 so when you have three fingers pointing right back at you? Victimizing a situation so that you can hold some type of credibility in this industry is wild to me, because it's not as hard, and I will say this, it's not as hard for the Black person who has a stigma against them as is being Black, being a minority, being someone different, looking different, feeling different, moving differently compared to the typical sauces that is booked for jobs and things like that. But when you do that and you feel like you can victimize your situation in that situation, or in a certain situation, I would say, Black people can't do that. The odds are already stacked up against us. So we don't get the privilege that some of you get. If today someone said things that are being said about certain people in this industry, if someone said that about me, I wouldn't be able to go back at these studios and work with these kids.
It would be deemed to be true.
It would be deemed to be before you even ask me.
Try to defend yourself.
Before I even try to defend myself. It's well, why would they say this if it's this?
But it's kind of low-key happened to you.
Oh, it's happened to me plenty of times.
And like they've believed it. And like you kind of have to, like, you had to come out and defend yourself and be like, no, that's not what it is. And then when you notice that like certain people don't like make conversation or avoid you, it's kind of like, so then don't you realize that like that was false allegations?
And there's a difference now, mind you. If something is said that's false about you, then like ultimately you need to like speak up and defend yourself. Yeah. But if something is being said about you and the same narrative is continuously being said about you,
there's some truth to what
there's truth into it. Yeah. There is some truth bearing into that.
Especially if like multiple people are saying the same thing.
If it's a multiple thing where, it reoccurs all the time and the root of the issue is you, then what are you really doing?
Like something is going on. It might not be all the stories that people are saying,
but something is happening, and something is happening with you. And then the fact that you can victimize the situation, point a finger, and then I don't know how, but still be working with kids.
Yeah, but people
is insane to me.
People can ignore things when it comes to things. You have to remember that with businesses and things like that of that nature, like some people just don't care. And sometimes they might not. It's not that they don't care, but it's like, well, it is what it is, and they just will still get booked regardless because some people will look past that or just ignore it and just call it a day.
No, you know what it is that it's not being spoken about anymore. They wait for it to quiet down.
Yeah, and they like,
don't post anything. They throw
it under the rug.
Leave it. Relax, give it some time so people can forget about it. Let people forget about it. Let people forget about the drama, and then we'll bring you back in.
Yeah.
That makes no sense to me. That makes zero sense to me.
It doesn't, but they do it in corporate worlds. They do it in dance world. They do it everywhere.
And it's some of these AAA studios that have the money, I will say this, that just bat a lash at you. That's it. That's wild to me. And it's like, and it's not even just, it's in dance in general. Like, there has been things said about Travis Wall.
Really?
What? Yes.
I haven't heard about that man in, oh gosh.
We can Google
decades.
it right now.
I didn't know that. And he was like a really popular, like.
We can Google it right now. Pause.
That's crazy.
So he was taken off of, a tour. And dancers accused him of allegedly that he was accused, so allegedly, that for SH and for grooming.
Not the SA. That's crazy. I didn't even know that. And this was kind of recently.
Kind of. It was just 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2021. Like 3. That's crazy.
Allegations. So again.
And that's a really popular, like, choreographer.
Right. And a lot of this is where, like I said, like.
But they think that, like, removing them from the situation and then, like, when it quiets down is fine.
Right. Because then he just was choreographing for the big Ohio State. They had like a big championship and they did a jazz performance in the jazz finals and he choreographed it.
Yeah. As I told you, like you said, that everything quiets down and then everything goes back to normal because nobody's saying anything anymore.
Yep.
So it's fine now. And then as long as you're not being too out there, then you're fine. They'll still book you. They'll still call you.
Yep. So this is what dancers face. And this is why it's scary because then there's so much things that go into it, right? Like we discussed this about dancers feeling privileged, dancers not working hard enough, dancers not putting their best foot forth or making excuses to why they can't do something, right? And then when we're talking about building yourself as a dancer and having a clean reputation, making sure that you commit yourself and making sure that you keep your word because your word is your bond in dance, right? And then now we're all doing the stepping form. We're talking about the dance studios. We're talking about building your career as a dancer and working in the industry. And then now that you're in the industry, you are now a mentor.
You're taking advantage of that privilege.
Right. So now you're up there. Now you've worked hard. Like say you've done the proper steps. Now you're here. Now you're doing all these things. And now you're going back to where you started. And you're making promises. You're saying this will happen to you. Dancers are being silenced. All these things, like, this is a problem. This is a major problem. And we can't just victimize situations and point fingers at other people, then get quiet and then pull. Like, I'm not 100% sure with this one because I don't know Travis Wall. But if something like this stems.
Even if it doesn't, he's just an example, right?
It's an example. It happens. He quiet down a little bit and then now he's.
But like this happens just every day in our own community of dance. So it's just like we're just using him as an example because he's just obviously famous and stuff. But like it happens, and people don't say anything, and then we brush things underneath the rug, and then that's it.
Yep.
And then we move on, and then people still book jobs. People are still around, and granted, hey, that's not my business. Yeah. Whatever you guys decide. But at the end of the day, you guys, I feel like us as dancers, when we do certain things, but then complain about certain things, but then still do the things with the people that we were just talking about, I think that's weird.
And I also think it's weird when you are silently complying with the things that are going on around you.
Yeah.
Just because your name is not brought up into things, just because you don't say anything, just because you're not into the drama, doesn't mean that's not a silent compliance.
That doesn't mean you're not part of the drama still.
You are still a part of it because you being silent is louder than being loud. It's louder than saying something. And some of you need to stand on what the young kids say. They need to stand on business. Okay, standing on business and just say it. I'm tired of feeling like I am the only one who not that I know I'm not the only one, but like who says it, or like I don't go to certain places because I know what wagwan.
We're just not like afraid to really state opinions, because I'm not gonna say some of them are facts, but like it's just some people just don't want to say anything because they're afraid of whatever is gonna happen or the reputation within the dance community. So people just ignore certain things.
But you got to speak up, okay? Because at the end of the day, like you still have to make sure that things are done right because you are paving the way for other dancers.
Mhm.
So, for example, it doesn't have to be anything along what we were just speaking about, but you work with a choreographer, right? As dancers, we all have to do shows and things, and especially when we're doing it in the city for other choreographers who are putting on self-titled shows, there's not money into it. They put all the money into it to put out their artistry. You are supporting that artistry and you are gaining the opportunity to perform.
Mhm.
Dancing and performing is a career.
Yeah.
So people need to do it as a career. You love to do it and you have a good relationship with a choreographer. Now, it is up to you to set your limitations, especially when a choreographer is an overachiever and you started and you said, hey, like I signed up to doing like 2 to 3 and now I'm doing 10. Now I'm doing 12 dances. Now I'm doing 15 dances and I have 2 weeks to a show and I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm feeling crazy. You can't just say yes, 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 because you are afraid of a choreographer potentially shunning you out of the industry.
Mhm.
You can't be that way. And choreographers can't do that either because you're just setting dancers up to fail. If I'm doing something for free, which I know that this is a part of my career and this is what I love to do, I'm going to do that. But I'm not going to go and stress out myself and I haven't had a full rehearsal with a cast.
Don't
I,
push yourself above
I can't.
your limits.
Don't make yourself look crazy at the end of the day. You got to set the tone for yourself. You got to speak up. Listen, I think we are doing too much. Hear about we. I think I'm doing too much and I can't commit to this.
Respectfully, of
Respectfully,
course.
if someone says, okay, can you also do this? And do you mind doing this? I mind. I cannot do this.
Yeah.
This is what I can commit
I won't
to.
be able to give you my full 100% if I'm doing X, Y, and Z.
This is beyond my limitations.
Yeah.
Like this exceeds what my expectations. My expectations was to do 3 solid routines, look great, perform it to the best of my ability, and give you a wicked show.
Yeah.
That was my expectation of me. When you first hired me, when you first asked me to do this, that is what you asked of me. Now what you're asking of me is above me and I cannot do it.
Yeah. And I feel like when more of us start to like say that and like be honest, it's fine. Sometimes and say you don't that situation, say you don't get booked again, then it is what it is. Sometimes you have to hold your L's, and sometimes you don't even have to take it as an
It's
L.
not
Just
even
make,
an
you know
L.
what?
Yeah.
It was an opportunity. It was great. I did what I had to do. I shut down a place and I go about my day. Because if we tend to just say yes, 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 we're not gonna give our bodies any room to just breathe.
That part.
Like you can't overextend yourself just because you want to please somebody, because you're too afraid of them not booking you or saying stuff bad about you. Because even if they hypothetically they do, if somebody saw the show, they'll be like, well, they killed that. So what do you mean? Like,
and at the end of the day, choreographers, like, you know, you can't use your power to overpower or to feel like you can show how big and mighty you are. Don't use your power to scare a dancer into thinking that they won't have a good reputation in this industry.
like you can do that, but it only lasts for so long until you just start realizing that like you don't have that many people in your corner anymore like you once did.
You can't do that, and that power is non-existent. And dancers, I need you to hear me loud, okay? There's no greater power than Almighty God. That part. There's no greater power than him. There's nobody that can shun you out and nothing. Listen, if someone thinks they can close a door on you, best believe you can go open another one.
God has about 10 more open for you. Don't worry.
Best believe that somebody that is doing something that is not good is not going to stop you from doing something good.
Yeah.
There's a difference between good and bad. There's a difference between good and evil. If someone is using that and they're being manipulative, they're acting away, stay away from them. They're not going to stop your career. Don't think that they have that power over you. They do not.
But we all, I feel like, just kind of like as this generation of dancers, we're all trying to chase something. I feel like we're all trying to chase this, like, certain lifestyle of like being the best and having all these shows and booking all these things and just doing so much. And granted, that's fine, but I feel like we sometimes forget why we do it and like why we're actually dancing. But we're just chasing a bag, so we'll just chase any bag that will give us any opportunity and just say yes.
Or
and
you're
then
chasing clout.
that and then forget about all the other things that you do and say dash those to the side and run to the next opportunity. I don't think we're really sitting in certain opportunities and grasping and holding on to them and then taking those opportunities and those learning experiences to our next jobs. We're just running and running and running and running to whatever opportunity presents itself to us next.
Yeah. And that's what's going to ruin yourself, your credibility, and your reputation as a dancer. You can't do that. At the end of the day, if this is your artistry and this is what you want to do, like, it has to start from one person. Don't say things because you know something is wrong and then continue to flock with said crew or continue to flock with said person. Don't say, well, you know what, I don't know and I haven't said anything or whatever.
And nothing happened to me,
Nothing
so it's
happened to
fine.
me, so it's cool. No. No. Don't bring someone around that you know has a little thing that's going on, not a little, but a little big thing that's going on, and then try to force them onto us because that's your homie. Keep you and your homie at home. Stay at home. Especially when the homies are not taking accountability for their actions. Stay home. That's all I can say. Like, I don't want to, like, but at the end of the day, love to dance. I just dance because you love to do it, not because. Anyways, let's move on.
I feel like sometimes people like think that like we're so like judgmental.
I am not a judgmental person.
Like we're not, like when we talk about, like, before we move on, like when we state like these opinions and some facts, it's not to like shit on you guys. It's just to try to do better and to like make better of what dance is.
We're having the conversations you guys are having behind closed doors.
Facts.
We're just saying it out loud. We're saying the things that you are saying to your friend when you guys go out to dinner, when you guys go drink coffee, or when you guys are walking to class. We're saying the things that you are saying too. We're just saying it out loud. That's it. There's so much times I've come on this podcast and I've said I love XYZ dancer. I love this. I love that. I root for this. You will see me if you follow my personal account on Instagram. You will see I am in people them comments. I am putting fire emojis. I am putting
we're all here for the people.
I'm here and I root. I root for everyone. I want everyone to win. But if I see someone doing wrong, I'm not gonna tiptoe around it.
No.
And then send me a message on Instagram in my DMs. Don't do that. Don't do that. I stand on what I say, and I think that's something that where people can respect or like to listen to the podcast is because I stand on my words. I stand on what I mean.
Yeah.
And I'm not a mean person. I'm not a, I don't think you're a mean person. I don't think we're mean at all.
People think
I mean, I'm a little intimidating, but that's
like,
just it.
I wouldn't say I'm mean. Like, some people take my silence for me being mean sometimes because I don't say anything or I don't voice certain concerns or whatever the case may be. But sometimes I just keep to myself because I'm just like,
you're attentive. You're paying attention to details.
Like I'm just chilling. And it's just like, like I'm far from mean. I'm like the least confrontational person you'll ever meet in your life.
Yeah, I'll do all the confrontation.
Yes, she's all here for it. Me, I will say things, but like, but depending on what the situation, if I'm really passionate about it, I would most definitely tell you. And because I don't like two-faced people in the sense who like you say something and like I know you've said it because you've said it to me directly, and then you go and do the opposite, and then you're big cheesing and big smiling in rooms and situations that you said that you'd never be caught dead in. That's where that's when I started saying stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, I see you.
Liar tell.
Liar.
But yeah, I'm rooting for the industry. I want everybody to win and dance. I want everybody to do great.
I want us to book all the jobs.
I
I want
want
us to
us,
make all the
yes,
money,
I want
all the
Toronto to be on
experiences.
top. I want people to
Yeah.
come to Toronto to book dancers. I want
Yeah.
all of that. I want us to win.
Yeah.
So there's that. So follow up on what we were talking about.
Boy,
let me tell you something.
Blah, blah, boy.
Jada 10, Seth London 0, negative none.
A lot of people like her most recent one, and saying what me I'm for the hype, or saying that we're not really listening. Granted, I ain't listened to it because don't care. Because I just listened to Jeda's like a one sitting, and I was just like, I've just been Team Jeda. You know, gotta root for the little melanated gal them. Because, you know, like she said, Steph London only a half breed. I mean, I shouldn't say that. She's only half black.
Yo.
But yo, I'm terrible. That's mean.
I wanted to. This is something that's like rooted into things because we
lighter-hearted.
You know, we've some people may have been in this situation or may have not been in this situation, but there are times in this situation, in this scenario where people in the same industry date each other, right? Mm-hmm. And at one point, this person was dating this person. Example, Burna Boy was dating Seth London. And then after, them mash up a little bit. And then went and dated someone else or got spread interest or had interest in another person.
Is what I
had relations with someone else in the same industry. And then drop their name in a song.
I feel like that just because it rhymed a little bit.
Well, him still have relations with her and put her name in that song. He'd have to tell us who it was. He chose to do that. Right?
That's very true. He could have just said something else from Kingston and just left it at that.
Or he could have just said, I have a boo thing out in Kingston and done. Or he could have just kept the fact that he had a boo in Kingston himself.
That's true.
You have to tell us.
Because we didn't really take that in when he said it until like now.
I didn't really know. It was like a for real thing. I was like, oh, like you really meant that with your chest. Okay.
Oh, I thought because like, you know, she's from Kingston, so you just used her in the song because it's a dancehall song.
No, the man really wants us all to know that was his gal at some point in time. So, okay, fine. No problem. We hear you. Cool. So now they mash up, and now you take back the man that you were in relations with before, and now you're back together after he put a gal's name in a song. Explain to me why you are now mad at the girl. What is there to be mad about? Who are you? Know. Are you? Where does your energy go? Why is your energy going?
Jada didn't say. Didn't she send for Jada? Because Jada didn't say anything.
She didn't say a word. So again, what was she mad about? That is the big, like, for me, honestly, like, I know Jada was like, I want to know who she was boxing, but I want to know. Funny. I want to know why are you like? What initiated the anger?
But that is just a typical girl thing to do. Like, it's a typical female thing to do, and I will never understand why. Like, why do we always fight against each other when the main root of the problem is the man? It's not us. More times than not. Like, why are you sending for me?
What are you upset at me about? Like what did I do to you?
What me do?
Because in this circumstance, like, I want to just use this as an example because this is in the dance industry. Like, that's the industry I'm a part of. So it's in the dance industry where 1 minute I see so-and-so dating, and then I see so-and-so dating this person, and so-and-so was friends with this person, and this friend was friends with so-and-so when they were dating. And now all of a sudden the so went to the friend. So it's friend and so, while the so is just still standing there. And then the so comes to this side with the friend and then now it's so and friend. What? Do you see how complicated and confusing that is? That's mix up. I don't get it. So, like, to me, I'm like, okay, that's one of the reasons why I refused to date in the dance industry, because I said, I'm not trying to date the same person that this person dated last week. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to be a part of that. No. Or when people see so-and-so, like, no. Oh, you're together now? Oh, I thought you were still with... No, you're not doing that to me, sweetheart.
No.
We're not doing that. So, yes, I pick up my man from outside the industry. Amen. But, again, what are you mad about? Like, why are you gonna get mad at the girl who didn't make the song, who didn't put her name in his song?
3 songs about the situation is wild to me.
A real life situation.
A real life like you sat down and said, like, you guys are all keep saying Steph, like, no, like, she sat down and made 3 tracks, guys.
She exposed herself.
3, not just one. I don't, well, minus like Movado and Vibes, but that's a different situation. But like, I've never seen anybody sit down and make 3 songs about the CM situation.
And it is a clash.
Probably still laid up with Berna.
Not probably.
Still.
Yes, so she had a car. And she had the car. She had people that car. And she's there with the little stars above her head.
A text snap.
I'm like, okay, so Buki, what are you mad about? Like, what are you, like, inform me why you're mad.
It's like to go back into clash. Like, I get it. It's a clash, whatever the case may be. Like, I understand that part of it. But like, to go back and forth, to sit at a CM car with a CM man by you, and you have skin teeth, and then you're cussing about, and then now you're saying it's not about the man. So then what is it about, miss?
It is about the man.
No, but she said, like, she's trying to make it seem like it's not anymore now.
Oh, but it is. You're a liar.
I'm just like, no, don't backtrack. Stay with where you were. Stay right there.
She knows exactly it's about the
man. Because then what is it about then? Because she didn't send for you. She never call you. She never send the Uber. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, I don't get it.
She didn't send the Uber.
She didn't. Like, what are you doing?
Listen,
oh my God. And over, like, a Nigerian man, guys, girlies, this is what we're doing. Us good body Jamaicans, this is what we're doing. Over a Nigerian man, girl.
Yo, let me tell you something. Listen, I don't know what it is, but the African men can drive you wild sometimes, and you gotta relinquish that. Gosh. I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. Do not
the bad apples.
Do not let the bad apples
just
take all of your life. Relinquish it in the name of Jesus, amen. Because we are not doing that.
Because he has veneers and money.
Do not let the African man take you for Poppy show, okay? The man's taking for a Poppy show. The man rhymed the girl's name Kingston Kingdom with the Birkin. And the best pum pum.
The best pum pum there Kingston. Okay? Then says someone buy Jada Kingdom a Birkin.
No, like
what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah. So me buy a Birkin for Jada Kingdom.
Are you dumb? Like, you guys. Like, he could have just left it at the best pum pum from Kingston.
Can you imagine going back to a man that said another girl's pum pum was better than yours? Could never be me. Could never be me.
Fam, like, it's not even like he just left it at Kingston.
No. Who are you referring to the best pum pum if it's not mine?
That's true, because she's not even from Kingston.
That's another thing. I'm not even from here.
She was born in England. She was born in Europe. She was even born in Jamaica.
So did you mean London? Like,
so like you couldn't even
was that an error?
So like you didn't even say London town over the London Bridge. You never said nothing about that. You said Kingston and Jeddah Kingdom. So Kingston Kingdom.
I'm not fighting. I'm not. Look, I'm sorry. Whenever you guys go on your business is for your business, and I'm just in it because you let us all know, and you put me in a group chat, and you made me admin. But I'm just saying, you can't expect me not to have an opinion when you're moving like a poppy show.
And then because you buy me a car, I'm supposed to sit down and smile at a car, and then make 3 diss tracks about her and say everything's good because I have the man now.
No. I would just take the car. Forget that. If you're giving me the car, thank you.
Yo,
appreciate it.
Oh my gosh,
you can't come back from that. That's why I wouldn't even have said anything.
Whether whatever Steph said is true, you still lost anyways.
I would have not mentioned Jada Kingdom's name at all. Because if
you were talking about it, let us think that you're talking about it.
Right. Jada Kingdom moved on. She's in her next situation.
Whatever that is.
She has her own thing now. She over here, so you over here. So you take back your man, and that's fine. Take back your man, girl. Whatever you feel. Okay, no one is judging you over here. But don't go and start opening your mouth. Girl, just keep going this way.
Everybody's saying that Steph London should have called Meg. And I'm just like, no. Because then if she did that, then Jada would have done off to both of them.
Yeah, no. No. First of all, Meg let me tell you something. Jada Kingdom's mouth is different,
no,
okay?
It's disrespectful.
That gal, I would never want to get in an argument with her. I'd be like, you win. You're right.
Like, you know what? You're right.
You upset? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
I apologize.
Didn't mean to upset you.
Yo, I'm not
going to repeat anything of what she said.
No.
But I'm dirty. Jeez.
She mentioned toilet name. She mentioned Drake name.
Beanie
She mentioned our
Man,
Beanie Man. She mentioned our
Massacre,
Papa.
our
Lord.
father, our mama, our
Mm-mm.
uncle, our brother.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Lord, she went through the all of the
Mm-mm.
family member and artists.
And then my girl's dancing to her own. No, sir.
And then
No.
she's over Jada, and then she's twerking, and then
Jada killed Bat. Jada did this. Jada
Jada
did.
did that. I'm like, all right.
Now her sound is trending on
TikTok, and then they
on
made her look a
TikTok.
dance on out. The people are dirt bunksing to her to the sound.
Oh Lord.
Oh my gosh.
This is very entertaining though,
Honestly,
and
dance
this is
beats is
something
funny.
that we needed. We needed a little clash. I mean, this is mix up more so clash, but it's fine.
Also, the people I get, like the Americans, you guys need to settle down. Like, I'm tired of you guys reading the comments talking about, oh, I don't know what shit they're saying. Somebody translate. I don't keep this ish to
How do you
yourselves.
not
Excuse me?
understand broken English? Shut up.
Excuse me?
They're so lie and so unseasoned and so uncooked. Oh God, please, whatever. Like it's not that hard. Or use subtitles. Shut up. Like.
Like, I don't get it. Like, why are we like the most hated but most loved island? Like, get it.
So all of a sudden you don't understand. You need translation, but when Drake is singing, I am blem blem and all them things there, and when you're listening to Afro beats and you're saying Yonkers, last, shut up, like shut up. Sing it then. I don't know. Like don't. Or when you want to go to the parties, or when you want to go and have. Listen, don't get me started, please. I beg.
But yet, you guys go to the Caribbean.
For on vacations.
Okay.
You guys want to go to Jamaica to the
25
resorts? You see Dale's video? Jamaica's number one. Okay.
Yeah. At that.
Everybody love to hate us. Love to hate us, but we are the number one resort.
You guys give us the reason to be this boastful, eh?
Yo, I love being Jamaican.
What
It's
can
the greatest.
I say?
It's the greatest.
And what did Marquis say the other day? But just love to wake up and be Jamaican. Can you imagine? Oh gosh, jeez.
Oh my goodness. This all was just funny, which made me think like, have you ever like fought?
No. Absolutely not.
You didn't even hear me when I said.
Know what you're gonna ask me. Have I ever fought over a man with a gal? Absolutely not. I'm not doing that. Look like eat that? Absolutely not. No. And no. Like there's no. Like I've been in situations where I've been like sad or whatever, but I was never fighting over you. You can keep that.
What is there to fight about?
No, and then I've seen the karma afterwards, and I'm like, you see why God tells me to leave you all alone? All right, because me not end up with nothing that concern you, and me and you not stuck together for life.
No, baby. Sir. Let me tell you something. If I have to fight over
you're never
man,
my man,
you're never my man. I'm not fighting over a man.
And when I say fight, I don't mean necessarily physical. I just mean cussing. No,
that's my man. No. I have never been in that situation because I refuse. I've been on the other end of it where it's like, well, that's your man, then come get him. Because like,
I'll put him outside.
I'm listen, come get him. He's right here. Okay. I am single like a Pringle, okay, sweetheart? At that time, I'm single like a Pringle. Don't come for me. Whatever choices that I want to make with my body and myself, that give me a problem.
Just because you're screaming my man doesn't mean
I'm not. I'm screaming that's yours, but he's also here too. So like what you getting mad at me for?
I'm single. I don't know about you and him.
And mind you, that is not it. And usually when I say it from this end, it's not me particularly being comfortable being like a side chick. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I am saying like I'm not fighting over a man that has expressed interest in both parties. Mm-hmm. Right? So if you express interest in me and you express interest in someone else, and I know what's going on,
I'll just let you go with someone else.
Well, then just go with someone else then.
Yeah.
But as soon as I hear that, there's nothing to fight over. Come get your man then, because it's not my man.
Since you want to come claim him, come pick him up.
He's right here.
He's right outside.
The Uber.
With his bags.
Waiting.
Like, I don't know what to tell you.
In at a cool.
Outside, in at a cowl. With a winter boot and coat on.
Might as well go meet him at the bus shelter.
I probably bought the jacket, so give me that back.
That.
Be for real. Like, in my younger days, like, granted, I'm not that old, but in my younger days, like my early 20s, mm-hmm. I was in situations where, like, I have seen the other woman. I was upset. I can admit that. I was very much upset, and I was sad about it. But then, like, when I've had friends around me, like, no, it's okay, Aaliyah. Like, it's fine. Like, don't be mad. Don't be upset. Whatever. And I'd be in my feelings. And then once that karma starts to just reap itself, and the Lord just taps on my shoulder and says, "See ya," and I'm like, "Wow, look at you saving me from something that I didn't need." I'm not fighting, I'm not arguing, I'm not bickering, I'm not doing nothing over a man because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna allow a man to embarrass me.
That part.
Because it's not, and like I know like people are say, "Oh, girls say that all the time." No. I'm not going to let a man embarrass me. I don't want that.
I've let a man embarrass me because due to my stupidity, and I've learned from it. And let me tell you something. I will not do that to myself ever again in a life, not in this lifetime.
We can't do that.
God served me my lesson and said, "You see, who don't hear must feel." I felt, and I said, "God, you're right. I don't need to feel that again."
Facts.
So I walk straight. If it's the person that I'm supposed to be with is my man, that's my man. My man respects me. My man respects my boundaries. My man knows what it is. My man knows that I'm not tolerating no cheating. I'm not tolerating no side chick, and I'm not tolerating nothing.
You wouldn't have to argue.
I don't need to argue with nobody. My loyalty, and I'm trustworthy, and so is my man. I have no worries. I'm not naive, but I have no worries about my man cheating on me. If my man feels the need that he wants to explore, he knows exactly what he needs to do. He needs to come tell me first so we can pack up his belongings together and put it outside. Yeah, we break up.
It just doesn't.
That's it.
It doesn't make sense that we as females, like, what comes to the point where we get so delusional that this is what we have to do? Like, what comes to the point where, like, in your mind, you're like, nah, I'm gonna.
Why do you have to fight to keep a man that wants to be with someone else?
And like, it might not even be the first time he's done this to you. This is just the first time he got caught, baby girl. Like,
louder.
like, be for real. Like, be for real. Like,
it makes no sense.
Because the roles were reversed.
Oh, he'd leave you.
You think I'm at? Him not gonna wait upon you, and he's not fighting nobody for nobody.
Yo, that man will go on Instagram Live and start crying and calling you all bag of names and let everybody know who you are and this and that. How you're the biggest,
and talk
biggest
about
this.
Talk about the top of your head to the to your foot bottom, brother, and all your junk crowd, all your this and that, and all your dirty. Like, that's how men will behave.
And you can
like, you're laughing, but it's true.
It's true.
And you'll do them one thing, and all of a sudden you're the wickedest gal in the world.
But then let that man do that one thing to you 15 times, and you can't tell him nothing.
Over. Whoa,
let me tell you about a narcissist, man.
Oh my gosh, it's actually wild, and that's why I'm saying I want better for us. I don't want us women to be fighting over nobody for nobody. Because at the end of the day, a man wouldn't do that for you.
Listen.
So don't be that. Don't fight over something that doesn't belong to you.
As Miss Grace Spice said, me's a girl, me not fight over man.
From a little bit of just some tan. Okay? Are you crazy?
Listen, I am not.
What did good body Grace teach us?
I am not doing that. Take him. If I gotta fight to keep him, take him.
Listen, and like Leah DeSalle said, I mean, she's a Christian woman now. She said, chat to me back, because that's what you're gonna talk to, brother.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Don't talk to
me.
I
have no interest in fighting for a man. When I mean like fight, like when I'm saying like there's a difference when you have a marriage and there's things that, communication. That's a whole other thing. That's a whole different thing. That's the only fight that I will keep. Back and forth and
calling gal name and thing.
But no gal not call my phone and fix our lip and say you're.
Like, I'm not singing Shensea's side chick song. I'm not singing that.
No. Come off my phone.
I'm hanging
up. Come pick him up. Come pick him up.
Like,
dead ass, come pick him up, because I'm not listen, no girl not style me and tell me say them with my man.
Can't see me and cause
listen, problem. And no man is gonna go put no best pum pum and it's not Cheyenne Shantae in a song. I'm so sorry about it. We're not doing that. We are not doing that today on this earth.
It's just like like I laugh because it's comical, and like I just no, I'm not doing it. I can't do it. Won't do it. Can't be me. I'd rather just be single.
Have you ever had, would you, can you see yourself being interested in the same man as your friend?
I was, but we were like 18, and it didn't even, the interest lasted all of 15 minutes.
Right. And when so if you have the same interest as your friend, is that something that you're fighting over, or is it just something where it's like, girl?
I feel like, because I haven't necessarily been in this situation deep enough, it's hard for me to answer. But I feel like that would all depend. Like, if
you were, hypothetically speaking, how do you think you'd be able to do that?
It would all depend on how the man, like, who's his energy going towards more, and am I really gonna like risk this for a friendship. So depending on how if the man is like treating me 10 out of 10, then we'll see. But then again, I probably might not. If you have interest in me and my friend, I don't think I would end up talking to you anyways. Because again, like I've been saying, I'm not a girl to fight for nobody.
Yeah.
So if you were meant for me, I wouldn't be in that situation. I would just like let it be and see what happens. Because I'm not going to argue with my friend over a man. And I'm not going to allow a man to allow me and my friend to argue and get into arguments. I would just leave it alone.
Yeah. I wouldn't. That for me, it's a no go. It's a no go.
Yeah, I can't do that.
My friendships mean way more to me than any man would. And I remember at one point, like, we saw a guy that we both found attractive, and I remember I heard someone say to me that how like, oh, like I let you have him, or like he saw me first.
Let who have who?
My current.
Girl, I know, but I'm saying.
Okay. I was like,
girl.
I looked around and I was like, huh? I was like, first of all, I know what God did.
That was like red flag number 1.
That was, I
don't
know.
Don't pick up your chest and tell me, but I let you. You let me what?
I was like, I beg your pardon? I was like, you let. And then I remember, like I said, I told him, and he was like, whoa. He's like, nobody saw.
Like, it's just like delusional.
I'm saying I shouldn't be so mean, but
it's not being mean.
What my thing is that like if that was a real friend, like if it was like one of my day one friends, right now that conversation wouldn't even leave our mouths. Like, we wouldn't even talk about that.
That situation wouldn't really occur because, to be honest, me and my friends don't even have the same taste in men.
No, we shouldn't.
Like, I don't at all. Like, we don't.
Yeah, I don't have the same interest in men as
like,
my friend
obviously,
does.
like we're sisters, but like even you and I,
hell no.
We've never.
No.
Whoa, relax.
Sorry.
Easy on everything. Okay, take time.
Leah has a type, yo, and I'm not it. No.
Have a type?
Yes.
Tell the people my type. What you think? Sorry, I know we're going off on a tangent, but it's a podcast, and this is what we're here for. What's my type? Cause I'll tell you your type in a second.
Okay, fine. So your type is a toxic dread-headed boy. Them. She love a toxic dread-headed boy. She love a toxic dread-headed boy.
Wild.
She loved them, and then all of a sudden she see the light, and guess what happens? She see a light with a bald-headed man. Can you imagine?
On this public platform.
You said say it.
This is how we're behaving.
I didn't give no names.
I know it doesn't matter, but I had a time in my life where I liked
a toxic dread-headed boy.
A lot.
I could never.
And it wasn't just one; it was a couple. It was giving a lot.
I could never.
Like it was giving a lot.
I could never. So we would never. Like everybody's like, oh, like have your sister and you ever? No, never. I don't look for the dread-headed boy.
Like, when I tell you, Shan and I are like polar opposites.
Absolutely not.
Like we're twins, but we're not.
What's my type?
Your type? Anything dark. If you're not chocolate. Like if you're not like, and I mean like even before her man right now, like if you're not chocolate, she's not looking at.
I'm not looking at
like,
you.
She's not even working her neck. It's just
straight. It's weird because I love Chris Brown, and that's the only the only caramel man I'll look at is him because I don't.
And I'll even that like her first crush was Usher.
Yeah, I like my man dark. Okay, I like my man dark. I like it chocolate. I like dark chocolate.
Tall. And then she used to avoid the Jamaicans, and then look, yeah.
No, I'm back. And I'm here to stay. I am the person that she was talking about where you tell you buck your toe, you don't listen.
Yeah,
and then,
I told her
the Jamaicans are the best. Oh, no, I was opposite. I was fooled, but I am no longer fooled, sweetheart.
I'm telling you, a Jamaican man, listen.
I am back.
Man will make your life.
Make my life, baby. Made my life.
Like, I'm just saying.
Love him.
But all I'm saying is.
And he cooks a mean curry chicken too, you know?
I was, speaking of the curry chicken, I was cheesy. You posted your story and none of you guys offered me a plate. You guys are bright.
There's still some dip on the stove.
Actually?
Yeah, man. Give me
I'm actually going to warm it up and take it home. Because when I tell you,
chef kisses.
It was delicious.
Finger licking good.
But anyways, I'm just here to say that I have graduated from toxic men.
As you should.
And I'm moving on to bigger and better things.
Amen.
And you know the vibes. 2024 is a big year.
That's it. Listen, amen.
That was back in the day.
Amen. From your mouth to God's ears.
I'm saying. It's okay. I thought it was hilarious. This girl said it on her whole chest. It was really that bad, eh?
It was very bad.
That's crazy.
I felt like throwing you against the wall sometimes. I'm like, what is wrong with this girl? But
sometimes, you're comfortable and you just like something.
You gotta stop liking it. I told you that. I'm like, try something new. You'll be okay. Try something
Every
new.
day.
Every
Try
day.
something new.
I'm like, are you sure? Is this one? What about this guy? What about this one over there? What about
And
that
then
one?
you know what cheeses me? This brings up a conversation I was talking about at work. If any of my coworkers would allow like their siblings or parents to choose somebody for them to date, and I'm like, I don't know if I would trust Cheyenne only because anybody that she's like thought was like remotely cute or like would be good for me, I've always shut down except for one, and she was wrong about that one. So I don't really know if I trust her.
Which one? Oh yeah, I was wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, but I was close. Listen, you see, the reason why if I were to get somebody, it would be a non-dreadheaded man at the time, and she wouldn't want him. She wouldn't want
It
him.
doesn't matter about what I want; it's about what you want for
And
your
you,
sister.
but okay, but I would bring you something nice, and you'd be like, I'm okay. I'd be like, what's wrong with you? That's a good man. The ones that I like, she don't like. I'm like,
Not at all.
she just wants toxicness. I'm just like, all
And
right,
then
go
the one
ahead.
that I did like, it just she chose wrong.
She no, and then she did. Okay, yeah, I chose one wrong. I chose one wrong, just one. But for the most part, I've been very good. Or she just friend zoned the one, and I'm just like, all right, well then,
Yeah, that's true.
or he's just my friend. I was like, just your friend,
Yeah,
girl.
there's one thing I can do is I can
They
just
just
a
move the
friend you.
goalpost to put you right here,
I really can.
without you even realizing.
Like when honestly, and like
She'll just stand there. She'll be like, before you know it, she's gone. You just turn around. You're
and
like, wait a
sometimes it's
minute.
like unintentional.
She'll be like, wait a minute, wait a minute. What happened? What happened? What happened? What
And
happened?
I'm like, oh, and then like she'll be like, oh, like what happened to so and so? I was like, oh, I don't talk to them. Or like, oh, we're just friends.
I was like, already?
And I'm like, yeah. It's great because my intuition.
She
I
said,
just
can't
know.
trick me.
Cannot. You can't trick me. Oh my gosh, can we talk about Russian and Shensia?
Sure. Fun fact. I didn't know who that was at first. I've heard his name, but I've never seen his face before. I've never, because Vibe says his name. Everybody says his name, but I've never, stop looking at me like that. I've never seen his face. Because like, it's like, you hear it in music. So like, you know, it's like I'll even Shensia's manager. I'd never seen his face until like,
That's Ramesh.
I know who he is.
Oh.
I'm just saying like, I didn't like put a face.
So is that
to,
like when
to the
like
name.
so like Metro Boomin, like nobody really knew what Metro
Exactly.
Boomin looked like?
It's like Russian.
Because I will say
You just didn't know what he looked like at first.
I did. Well, I knew who Russian was, but I you know what? I won't look at you that.
Thank you.
Because I didn't know who Metro Boomin was for the longest
Metro
time.
Boomin wants some more, nigga.
I was like, who's this man?
You don't know.
And then I finally put the name to the face.
It's like Neptunes.
Like,
All you knew was Pharrell. You didn't know that there was Chad in there too. I'm telling you.
For the longest time, and I was like, oh, okay. Even Division, I didn't know there was two.
There was two of them. I was like, oh shit,
like,
say word.
Crazy.
I thought it was just Daniel.
Seriously.
All right.
Okay, never mind. You know what? I take it back.
Okay, so take it back
I
now.
shouldn't look at you like that. My bad.
All right, so let us know, but let people them know.
So the man come on an interview and said that he hasn't spoken to her in 2 years, and this goes back to our conversation about where she's headed in the industry. And I said, that. So I feel like this is just my opinion on what he was saying. I feel like the reason why they might not have spoken is because of the direction she's trying to go. Yes, she's still signed to him, but I feel like the conversation between the two, because she's trying to dabble in new things with her sound and her music, I feel like that might have been the reason as to why they don't speak, or they're not currently
speaking. So how
speaking.
are you signed to someone and you don't speak to them?
I think just because she signed under his label. Because again, she is a Jamaican dancehall artist. So I think because that's where she originally is from. Because remember, Ramesh still represents her, but like
that's her manager.
That's her manager. Yeah. But I don't know if he's real like if she deals with.
It's
other
a label.
People. Yeah, it's a label.
So you
like
have different departments or different
so like
teams.
Whatever she's doing in this thing, they're still getting a change from it because they still are under contract with her because she's under that label. This is just what I'm taking from said conversation. But that's what I was personally getting from that. I think that maybe because she's trying to go and dabble in a different direction with her music and sound, that's probably why they're not speaking with one another, because the timeline kind of makes sense because he said it's been 2 years and it's kind of been 2 years where she's been dabbling in different types of genres of music. And I don't know if I think I still screenshotted it. Somebody was mentioned a whole bunch of like features that she did and was just like shocked that she had like no like hits from it. So she did
Beanie Man.
Yeah, so she did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 list of features and features and collabs, and she still hasn't found a hit song. And I was like, that's crazy. And it kind of just goes to show that, like, sometimes, maybe, again, opinion, you shouldn't really always step out and try to do something new and try to fit into where
you're made to
you're
stand
not.
out.
Yeah, like, you can stand out on your own as Shensia, as a dancehall artist, as that artist, and do those things. But, like, I feel like tr- trying to be something that you're not because you just want to dabble in a sound isn't necessarily always the best way to go when it
Like
comes to
even right
certain
now, what's
things.
going on with Jada Kingdom and Steph London? Like as much as like it's like over a Nigerian man, um, it's still a clash and it's making good noise for dance hall artists at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's introducing these American people, these non-Caribbean people. It's introducing them to a clash. It's letting people see like, yo, this is how this is in Jamaica. Like this is what we do. This is what a clash
Yeah.
is. You have Vibes Cartel, you had Movado. That was the biggest clash. That was a wicked
But
clash.
keep in mind, Steph London, she's still, remember, she's British. So even if you listen to some of her music, she's not always speaking Patois. So you can still make your music and still dabble into it. But I think trying to sound like a completely different genre and stray away from, like, even when she puts on, like, her American accent, like, it just so, like, I don't know. It just don't sit well with my spirit.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of people are begging her to stop, and I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's something bigger. Maybe it's like maybe I don't know what it is that she sees because the industry is like that, and it's like they will create and make everything they can to make you and whip you into something. She got her body done, even though she's trying to say she didn't, but we all know you did. She didn't do too much to it, which is good, but she got her body done. She's going in a direction. She's been able to go on Billboard Music Awards. She's been able to do all these
And that's
things.
good.
But I just wish she went there, represented herself as
Exactly.
Shensia,
Like, yeah.
and not the Shensia that's trying to be in the rooms with all these different artists. Like, just be Shensia.
Yeah.
Because that's what, like, all these American artists want. Like, they want the dance halls in culture. They want the influence and they want a proper influence. They don't want appropriation. So when they're asking for you to be Shensia, Sheng Yang, that's what you have to do. But if you're trying to rap and then do like and like with Lola, but again, like I don't want to go back into it because we already discussed this on the last podcast episode. But I just like I'm saying, stick to the lakes that you're used to and just be you.
I just think that, like, you can dabble, but, like, still, just like you said, just be who you are.
Yeah.
And it's fine. Introduce the people to who Shensia is
And
and the
leave it at
artist that
that.
you want to, like, that you want to be. You can still be you and talk your ish and make the music that you want to make, but still represent Jamaica as your culture, as your country, as your birthplace. Like, do that and show that. Don't try to mix and mingle with the artists and the American culture that's already there, because they, not in a bad way, but they don't need another, like, for, I'm just saying Lola Brooke, because, like, we don't need another one of that.
Yeah.
Like, be who you are so you can stand out in this music industry. Go on these award shows and stand out and big up Jamaica same ways.
But even like these artists too that she's working with, like Lola Brooks had a really good moment, and then
Because she's very new.
yeah, she's
Like,
still
she's
trying to figure out
very
what it is that
new.
she's doing. And then you have like I think yeah. I just think just stick to the lakes that you used to and
And
just
then
make
she
it
just
work.
did a song with Busta Rhymes that didn't really hit too tough, and it's just
Well, I mean yes and no. I get it. Well, who did one? Shensia?
Shensia. She did one with Busta Rhymes and Chris Brown.
Yeah, but sometimes it's just like, but that like that's different because like Busta like wanted like that influence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, and he's very much influential and very much Caribbean and very much stands on the
he
fact that
has been showing out that
yeah,
he is Jamaican.
yeah. So he said, "I am Jamaican." So like
Yes.
that's something that's different. That's a collab that makes sense. Lola
Yeah.
Brooke and Shensia doesn't.
And she
But
did one with the
Shensia
Chainsmokers too.
right? Shensia and Busta Rhymes make sense. That's a make sense collaboration.
Yeah. But, like,
It might not have been a hit, but that made sense.
Yeah. You doing stuff with the Chainsmokers and Lola Brooke, I was just very confused. Now I'm just like, okay, now I feel like you're just dibble dabbling into any of which pot.
Yes.
Again, still a Shen Yang fan. I need you to come back, girl. Come back.
And update too is I did listen to the Cat Williams podcast. I mean the episode with Club Shay Shay.
Love that for you.
Man, let me tell you something. I don't want to like talk too much about it again, but I really, really, truly, honestly feel like Cat Williams. I feel like there was some honesty in there. I think he did say some facts, and the fact that people responded the way that it did is extremely telling. And I think that I never realized how talented Cat Williams was until I listened to like that whole podcast, and I was reminded of how talented he is. And sometimes like we don't appreciate the OGs of this industry, or we, because someone is more successful industry wise,
we take success as thinking that
that's the story. That's the
that,
talent. Yeah. That's the end all be all, and it's not. And yeah, that's a very 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 good podcast episode. And I see the critiques that people were giving, saying to, you know, not letting like Cat Williams like go off into a tangent, or like Cat Williams kind of ran the interview and things like that. But at the end of the day, I just think that he had a story to tell, and you cannot stop him from speaking his story. Because if someone tells you a story, you can't tell them it's not true without the facts. Like, you know what I mean? If you don't know, if you weren't there, you can't tell the man it's not true. You
invited him to tell his story. So
right.
You just sit there and
so,
listen.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. And I just want to let you guys know that I did listen to it. And I thought it was really, really good. And I think Kevin Hart's response was very corny. And yeah. So that was my update on that. Cause I did say I was going to let you guys know if I listened to it or not.
I love that you listened to it, because I still did not.
It's okay.
That's okay.
It was great, though. It was great. 3 hours of greatness. Hour and a half, like each episode. It was a part 1 and part 2. It was very great. Very great. I was very happy. I was very satisfied.
Not very happy.
But yes. Is there anything else? Look, Trace.
I don't think so.
Listen. I'm gonna, when I'm done, I'm gonna show you my extended line. It's coming together. You'll hear me yelling a lot, but it's coming together.
Oh my god.
You hear me yelling a lot.
Can I tell you guys before we end this episode that Cheyenne is actually low key funny, well, high key funny sometimes. Like what she just is just like her stressing about sometimes her routines. Like I get a giggle out of it. I'm not gonna hold you. It's actually hilarious.
You gotta understand.
Like okay? When she just sits down and she'll be like, "Oh yeah," like she calls me sometimes, and like I'm just like I already know what she's gonna say to me. Like I'm already here for it.
No, I just feel like run into a wall sometimes.
Like, she's like, "Oh yeah," and I'm like,
Look at him. Look what they're doing.
It's your left foot. Left, right.
No, I don't think you understand. I gotta let me just quickly tell you guys. I spent 20 minutes on one section for 2 counts of 8, and it was the end of their dance. And I swear to you, all they did was walk. And like when I tell you everybody was glitching, I was getting so upset. I'm like, guys, why is this so hard? It was just right, left together, left, right together. Walk, 6, 7, 8, throw, because it's a baseball routine. Throw, look back. That's literally all it was.
You know what was funny? It's just the way she was speaking.
I felt like I didn't dumb it down.
She said the choreo verbally, and then like I knew what it was, and I'm doing it, and I'm laughing because I'm the kids, the children, struggling.
I was like, little boy, I don't know where you are, but you're not in here. Like
that triggered me. I was like, oh, brought back some memories, flashbacks.
No, I'm saying I couldn't take it anymore. I was literally losing my mind.
It was so funny.
Oh my goodness.
But like not funny, but funny.
I like no one understands that. Listen, we're gonna have an episode about dance teachers and the struggles that we go through.
That's why it's also so funny, because you know she cares. That's why she sounds so frustrated.
I care a lot.
That's why
I care so
you can
much.
Tell in how you speak. That's why it's funny, because I'm like, oh, the poor girl cares.
I just want them to look good. And they're stressing me out. Why can't you walk? What's wrong with you?
It's not funny, but it's funny.
Man, don't worry, that dance will get together. We'll get it together.
Thank you guys for joining us on another episode of CheyTea Podcast. You know the vibes already. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram. Follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You know, listen to the People Them podcast. Like it, rate it, do all the things. Mm-hmm. Like and comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the notification bell so you're notified every single time we upload. You know, the consistency is coming 2024. You know, let us know what you want us to talk about on People Them CheyTea. Yeah.
Maybe sometimes, maybe not. We'll just like.
Okay, listen.
I'm just joking. Anyways, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
You know what we're going to start doing?